Welcome back. I wanted to show you this before I was getting ready to show this game off on the channel, and I wanted to show the insert is not bad. It's pretty good. Everything stores pretty decently. This is a little bulky. There's not a lot of resources. There are some different ones. There's not a lot, and then there are victory point tokens, and they have to be separated based on player count. Then you have all the player pieces in the different colors, and they do give you some bags for those. And I went ahead and put starting dice for each player into the bag, and you can do this just to, help save some time and space. But and one thing I will say, this is a pretty deep box, as you can see, so we'll be able to fix this up even better pretty easily. Cards separated for scoring based on the symbol there, and then you have the special ones, first player marker, then the tiles. And this is where the game gets into the unfortunate part. So you have tiles that you play in with 2, 3, or 4 players. Then you have tiles that are only for 3 and 4, and then some tiles that are only for 4. And let me show you this. Can you see that right there? On some of these tiles, it is ridiculously hard to see the number unless you really get close. Now they do a good job of, even though there are colors here and there are indicators for the different tiles, but there's also symbols to show you what tile it is to make it a little more colorblind friendly. But the tile separation is probably the worst part of the game, and then of course the dice separation, and you have some tokens here for the one player mode. So I want to get this fixed to make it just a little bit quicker and easier to set up and play, especially with the tiles. Now, what you can do, what I'm going to start off with, is if you notice right there where it punches out, it's got a little notch, and some of these were really bad. Now you can just take the edge of your blade and gently rub it across there, or you can get some sandpaper and it doesn't take much. Just I'm going to do all 6 sides and do the rough sides with those little knobby pieces a few more times. And then if you have any places where the paper just feels a little rough, you can just give it a little pass of the sandpaper. And I've done that with all the tiles. So let me show you what I have in mind to speed this up and make this a little bit better. And even though this is a pretty good insert, I do like it. I do think that we may just dump this. Even with this extra room here, I'm still going to dump this and make my own insert. And let's get started with a few ideas I have. this is not perfect, but I'm very pleased with how it turned out. So this is the track for the solo mode. We'll just put that in there. Solo mode, solo mode, solo mode. And then all the starting pieces for a player and the dice that they need are in these bags, and I'll just put them in here. Now I started to make this where it would come out, so I could have actually not put this wall in there, and I could have had a little more space. It probably would have done a little better, but that's okay. Those fit in decently well. Then we have the brown tiles, which are just for 4 and 5 player games. And I got that a little bit tighter than I want it. I guess I should start over here. So show you how I did this. After I did a frame, I put the cards in, and I just put a piece of foam core next to it and glued it next to it there, and then I pulled these out. So if I decide to pull this out, then I can easily get these out, or I can just cut this a little more. It's whichever, but that will fit there fine. So then I made these. So I guess let's start with the resources. These are not exactly the same size, but I started at one end, had a piece of foam core just to make sure that these walls were spaced out, and this is like a 1/16 larger. That's not a big deal. I'm not worried about that. It's close enough. Fits right in there. And then this. Now, the way I did these, if you notice the black tiles, the black edge tiles are only for a 4-player game. So you only add those in a 4-player game. The yellow tiles are the starter tiles, and then the green will be in here. Now you could just dump them all in there, and if you drew one that didn't go with the player count that you were using, you know, you could just see what I meant to do this. I don't think it'll matter because I put all those the same height, but just to distribute the weight, there we go. And that's a shame I did not get that to fit down in there flush with those in the bag, but that will work like this. Then this will go there, and this one will go here. And what I did was when I put this second tray in there, I put that there as a divider, so everything is fitting in there. Then, let's see. 4-player game. And then if you 3 players, you would add those to the dice pool. 4 players, you would add those to the dice pool. And then in every game, you have these available to purchase. These are the leftovers after you have the, let's see, yeah. These are your basic dice, and these are your advanced dice. And so that'll be good enough there. I'm a little frustrated. I did these backwards, and I realized this was the larger pocket, and I wanted that to be the 3-player. So you start off in 2-player or more, but in 2-player you start off with 30 victory point tokens. There's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then you add 9 to the pool in 3 players, and you add 9 more if it's 4 players. And then the rest of these will go here that you can use to cash in, upgrade, or whatever. But basically, this is one of the ending conditions. If you draw the last one of those and you still need some, you can go to the excess. But this will signify the end of the game. So 2-player 30, then plus 9, and then these are the extras so that if you want to cash up and stuff. Then these, let's see, where am I going to put these? They might fit here, or they might just be, I've only played this 2-player, and I think the one time I played it 4-player solo, I just didn't even use those. So, okay, and I think it does it. I mean, that I can maybe put this here. I don't know. It ended up being a little bit bigger of a draw bag than I thought, but I mean, that takes care of all of that. But now the cool thing is that, and that will be somewhat flush, is that with the towels being separated like that and color coded, everything should be quicker to set up and tear down. What did I do with the lid? Here it is. There we go. And hopefully now I'll be able to get that played really soon and on the channel for you. But hopefully that will inspire you guys to do something. I'm sure y'all come up with something even better than what I did, but that was just a quick fix for me. Kind of doing it as building it as I was going. Wasn't really planning ahead too much, as you saw, but it works. Everything closes well, and I don't know. I feel like that will help speed up the game.